Excellence.
Great.
I helped.
Fun.
Big.
Great place.
Inspiring.
Basketball.
Fun.
Rhythmic gymnastics. Basketball.
Energy.
Passion.
Home.
Sports.
Fun.
Talisman Centre, born as Lindsay Park Sports Centre in 1983, has grown to become one of the busiest multi-sport facilities in North America. It is a dynamic setting well known in local, national, and international sport and recreation circles.
Until you actually walk into that awe-inspiring roof structure and the open large gap of it and hear the splashing of water and the sound of whistles and the kids running around in the place, you don't have a true appreciation for just everything that takes place inside of Talisman Centre.
Talisman Centre is a major success story, which has roots in Calgary's infancy. The land on which Lindsay Park was constructed was owned by the city's first resident doctor and town councillor, Dr. Neville Lindsay, who had come to the area on the first train in 1883. Later, the farm and ranch property covering the Earlton and Park Hill communities of today became a Canadian National Railway yard. In the late 1970s, various sports organizations were investigating fieldhouse and aquatic center concepts. Those ideas merged when Calgary won the bid to host the 1983 Western Canada Summer Games. Design ideas were researched throughout Europe and North America.
That's where the concept of free span, all under one roof, all open, all in the same atmosphere, which of course was unheard of, and having dry land next to a very high humid body of water is something that has not been done very often, and so it created a lot of challenges for us.
There was controversy surrounding the design, but all challenges were met, and the award-winning building was unveiled at the Western Canada Summer Games opening in July 1983. Lindsay Park Sports Centre was to be the showcase venue for the national level event.
I happened to have the joy of being with Peter Lougheed, who was then Premier, and took him in with the new mayor, Ralph Klein, and looked at this facility, and Peter Trenchard and I both gasped. I mean, we were so excited about it that it was just pristine and brand new and fresh and clean, and it was a very, very exciting moment.
I thought I was on cloud nine in terms of, isn't this fantastic for the water sports in particular, okay? And for what I'll call fieldhouse training.
The games were a tremendous success, not only competitively, but in generating revenue and training thousands of volunteers, many of whom would later use their skills at the 1988 Olympic Winter Games. Lindsay Park would move ahead under the direction of a unique volunteer organization, the Lindsay Park Sports Society. Bob Bratton was instrumental in its formation.
The then chairman of the recreation department in the city came to me and said, look, we don't want to run this place. We would rather have a society run it. Can you organize one? And I said, glad to. And so we had a society ready, and in 3 months took over the operating of the facility. Even before it was up and running, we had a society going, and we subsequently have had very, very great success with that society.
As you get more involved, you develop this passion, and you get more deeply involved in the corporate culture of Talisman Centre. So it's not just a place where we have to spend a couple hours a month or a few hours a week just to sit there. There's a lot of enriched discussion, which is great, especially for a volunteer board.
The passion exhibited by the board, staff, and customers over the years resulted in the hosting of many world-class competitions, as well as the development of scores of talented athletes and coaches.
The coaching experience that I've had at Talisman Centre, really, where I've been directly coaching that program for the last 3 years, is probably second to none, for the simple reason that the facility has The dryland side, gymnasiums, track, weight rooms, and all that side adjacent to 2 8-lane 50-meter pools. And the integration of those two elements, the dryland and the wet side, the pool side, is the best I've been in.
It really built a great community. And some of my good friends are still some of the people I met back then, some of the water polo players who we'd just share, you know, we actually got to know each other better on trips, and then it was neat to see each other training side by side. So if we'd go to a games, got to know each other there and be, hey, you know, you train here.
The facilities that we had access to, the weight training, the gyms as well, we were able to expand what we could do in a training program to right there in one site. So it was awesome.
As Lindsay Park began to reach user capacity, the board and staff turned its thoughts to expansion. That brought about a name change to Talisman Centre in 2002, when Talisman Energy entered a long-term naming sponsorship. Soon thereafter, a massive expansion program created an additional 50-meter pool and 2 gymnasiums, doubled the size of fitness facilities, and enhanced physical accessibility. The project was recognized through the 2004 Calgary Award for Accessibility, presented by the City of Calgary.
Our whole business logic is built trying to combine the public good and public participation, supplementing and supporting sport. We subsidize sport in our organization. The public does help fund it. The public is happy to do that, but we give them exceptional services, exceptional facilities. And we've grown our organization over the course of time, including the recent $24 million expansion.
That kind of re-energized me, and I'm sure it energized a lot of people and inspired them to want to work out or, you know, just even open their minds to health and wellness.
For 25 years, Talisman Centre has been an extraordinary place for people of different ages and abilities to achieve their sport and wellness dreams. Today, as in 1983 and into the future, the mandate is to be a signature training and competition site for athletes and an inspiring place for Calgarians to discover what they can do.
I think we've done a tremendous job, the society has, to be able to create so many world and Olympic champions in the past, and for so many Calgarians to be able to come in, be inspired, and to achieve successes and results that perhaps they never thought they could possibly do. That's what Talisman Centre is going to be here for the next 25 to 50 years, and I'm sure that you'll be reading a lot more about the successes that come forth as the years move forward.
Talisman Centre, a City of Calgary treasure with a storied past and a brilliant future.